Chewie! The Imperial forces are taking over! Die, Gaffer! Come on, Chewie! We've got to get to the reactor room! Chewie! Oh!
Hello and welcome to the Fourth Edge. My name is Phil and I don't want to be here.
I'm Alex and we have a very special video for you today. We're ranking all 10 live-action Star Wars movies in honor of Rise of Skywalker. That includes Rogue One and Solo: A Star Wars Story. We're going to go in release order so you can see how the franchise has evolved. And these are our respective lists, so we're going to be agreeing and disagreeing. And to be clear, Phil here does not care about Star Wars at all. In fact, he had not seen any Star Wars movies.
I've never seen Star Wars, never wanted to watch Star Wars, but I had to for this video. So, you know, I skimmed through all 8 films.
10 films.
What?
10. There's Solo,
I'll be back.
Rogue One, Last Jedi. I have not seen his list. He hasn't seen mine. So these are real reactions. And it is. It is. Yeah, I'm going to get very mad at him.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Before we get started, we're doing a giveaway! Look at that poster, it's pretty cool. They're all doing their lightsaber space duels.
All you gotta do to be eligible is be a subscriber and comment down below which one of our lists you agree with more. And if you want more information, the official rules will be in the description.
Where does Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, rank for you, Phil?
A New Hope is number 3.
I have it at number 2. You know, I expected you to have it at like number 8.
Oh, come on, really?
No, I did. I didn't think you'd like it.
I must say that I really did not think I was gonna like it. I really thought I was just gonna be like, you know what?
When you look at it from the eyes of films from today, it's not great. Like, Luke Skywalker is kind of whiny. The lightsaber battle is very, very simple. Most movies today actually build around that same character arc that they did so well in A New Hope with Luke Skywalker.
I don't know if they did it really that well.
The ordinary world. He is thrust into this crazy adventure. He becomes the center of a galactic war.
Yes, no.
And he must take on that responsibility. He is the quintessential hero's journey.
He does go on a hero's journey, but things seem to happen kind of conveniently
The quintessential hero's journey.
Okay.
You must realize that it is the quintessential...
Okay, we get it. Okay, good God.
It's very important.
It was actual props and actual, like, sets that had to be constructed for this.
Yeah.
Because you don't get that a lot anymore. You get just green screen and special effects. And I can appreciate that. I didn't love the puppetry. I'm not a big puppet fan.
Don't diminish the puppetry, Phil.
Okay,
the bar scene with all the amazing creatures was really cool in the 70s.
Yes,
okay?
the bar scene was
not
cool.
To mention,
it was popping.
let's just do a montage of all the quotable lines. Here we go.
May the Force be with you.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
What a piece of junk.
I have you now. I got a bad feeling about this.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
He doesn't like you. I don't like you either.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
I watched it in Spanish, so I didn't really understand that.
Your imagination is the limit in film.
Yes.
And I think this movie made people aware that that really is true when it comes to film.
If you dream it, you can achieve it.
It really blew up in the floodgates.
Yeah, because you'd be hard-pressed to find a film that came up before Star Wars that was as revolutionary.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. We're kind of on the same page.
Next up is Star Wars: The Wrath of Khan. Where does that rank for you?
Oh, God, don't do that. I have Empire Strikes Back at number 1.
How do you want to handle this?
You just say it.
Number 6.
I have contained my rage for as long as possible, but I shall unleash my fury upon you like the crashing of 1,000 waves!
Why? Why is it number 6?
There's far better films in the Star Wars canon. I thought about this long and hard, man.
I don't believe
it's not that good.
Hard.
Only because of that one pivotal scene and that one line, "Oh, you're not your father."
No, that's not.
Let me just tell you. No.
This is the one that gives you Yoda.
I've already seen Yoda because I watched the prequel trilogy
that's
first.
Because
that's how the story's told. No. That's how the story's supposed to be told. Episode 1, 2, 3.
That's not how it was told.
4, 5. I chalk it up to like Furious 7, because Furious 7 is a bad movie. The only reason why Furious 7 is good is the very ending of it when Paul Walker drives over the sunset. Star Wars 5,
just because the ending is good. You clearly don't understand what makes this movie great. It is not simply the cliffhanger. This movie expands the mythos, expands the universe. You get the Cloud City, you get Lando, you get Yoda. Expands his story, moves it forward exactly right, because now he's training to go up against the big bad. He's the one that has to do it.
I just don't care though.
We found out that he is not the only hope. There is another, and it is Leia. Yeah. That is
cop out.
Let's just play the "I am your father" thing.
I am your father.
No, let me just...
What am I supposed to do? Just sit here?
Just let me get to the line. How many times I gotta ask you? You're such a demote. Look, God!
I will dice you into a million little pieces and put those pieces in a box. A glass box that I will display on my mantle.
Apologies, we will move on now. Return of the Jedi. I have Return of the Jedi at number 3. What about you, Phil?
Number 8.
We can have a conversation. Why?
Everyone just keeps getting captured and rescued. And like, it's cool for the Han aspect, because you gotta rescue Han, right? He's frozen, right? He's the guy, you gotta save him, right? But it's like 40 minutes of the movie. It takes a while to get going.
I love that sequence. The monster's really cool.
Yes.
You get, you know, Leia.
Thumbs up for me. But then Leia gets captured, and I'm just like, I'm so done with it. It gets just stretched out.
No one loves the Ewoks, okay? They're clearly just there to sell toys. It's a lull in the original trilogy, probably the worst part. And then when they start fighting, they're there for so long, and then when they start fighting, it's just childish.
I will say the ending of it is perfection. The last 20 minutes cannot be compared to anything.
Yes.
When Luke sees his father for the first time, after the father sacrifices himself to save Luke, is just gold.
This is the perfect ending to a trilogy.
Yes.
It is the perfect ending. It really does wrap up a perfect hero's journey perfectly. That's why it's number 3 for me. It's clearly the worst of the original 3, but it's the original 3. I'm sorry,
8.
but it has to be. They have to be in the top 3. So you're wrong.
Nope. Next up is the actual start of the franchise, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom of the Opera. What does it rank for you?
I have it at number 10. Last place.
Number 3.
Why?
I already said A New Hope for number 3. It's number 10.
Okay. Oh, you.
The kid's a punk.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even know. Like, the kid's just a kid. But you know who's bad? Ewan McGregor.
Okay, all right. Whoa. No.
Oh, he is not that good in this.
He's the saving grace along with Liam Neeson.
Are you kidding me? He's not that good in this. I'm sorry. He's very boring
Ewan
in this.
McGregor's the only good thing that's consistently in all the prequel trilogies.
Awkward.
We agree on this.
Why
Why are we fighting?
It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them.
The CGI is awful. Like, there's no redeeming qualities. I know CGI was on its early stages in that year, in that decade.
Well, they turned Yoda into CGI, and
I don't mind that.
No,
Yoda CGI is actually really good. This movie's 20 years old.
You're such a millennial. I don't want to. No, look, somebody has to.
You're a millennial.
Somebody has to be the voice of reason here, okay?
No.
This movie gives you Darth Maul. It gives you Ewan McGregor.
Darth Maul is creepy as shit. I don't think anyone has chemistry in this movie. I think all the dialogue is just bad.
That's because George Lucas wrote and directed the prequel trilogies, and they suddenly became really bad. Midi-chlorians?
What are midi-chlorians?
Midi-chlorians are a microscopic life form that resides within all living cells.
That's not how the Force works.
It's just too much politics. That's all. Can we agree on that?
It's
too much politics. It's like 90% politics. No one wants to see that in Star Wars.
It's very political, yes.
Okay. Number 10. Moving on.
We forgot something. Hold on. Come here. Jar Jar Binks.
Oh!
I watched this in chronology.
You thought Jar Jar dumb up.
He walks like a cross-dresser. Just
get out of here.
No, Mr. Stay. Mr. called Jar Jar Binks. Mr. Your humble.
Next up, Jar Jar Binks is back in Attack of the Clones. Where does this rank for you, Phil?
Number 7.
Yeah, I have it number 6.
That's the closest we're gonna be.
Yeah, it probably is. It's just very middle of the road, 6
middle
or
of the
7.
galaxy.
There's things I liked about it. I remember Kamino was a cool planet.
Sure.
There's a Jango Fett scuffle.
Sure.
And I cannot get out of my head the terrible chemistry and dialogue between Natalie Portman and Hayden Christensen.
Oh yeah.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Not like here.
Okay, all right, that's enough. That's enough.
Everything's stupid about this. He can't act. There's no good dialogue. He seems like a Backstreet Boy who was fired. He just doesn't like the part. He has no chemistry with Obi-Wan or Padme. It just feels forced. No pun intended. I don't know if it's an editing problem, an acting problem. It's the whole movie's problem.
It's just
so
it's
not okay.
Coarse and rough.
Shut up.
It's getting everywhere.
That.
What's wrong, Annie?
The conclusion of the original trilogy is Revenge of the Sith. Where does that rank?
That's not the original trilogy. It's the conclusion of the prequel trilogy.
Of the original trilogy, where does that rank for you?
Stop! Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, ranks for me at number 4.
Number 5.
Okay.
Wow, we're actually... Wow.
I didn't expect that. Obi-Wan has the high ground.
Yes. Literally
you can't
physically.
beat Obi-Wan on the high ground.
No, you can't.
That is the most powerful duo
He's got no legs.
in the history of film.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground! You underestimate my power!
He's got the high ground. I don't know what to say.
The selling point of this is you get to see Darth Vader become Darth Vader. And that's the cool part. That's the thing that everyone's been waiting for. It ties it together. When it hits the beats that really hit, it's really good.
Yeah.
And 100%, the chemistry is better in this film. Not so much with like Padme and Hayden Christensen, but like...
yeah, there's still plenty of like, all right, another scene, here we go.
Yes.
Sometimes I wonder.
It's mostly better, and the lightsaber fights are the most exciting in the trilogy.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make sense that they went from that Mustafar battle to the one in A New Hope. That's just, what are you gonna do? But this is the first Star Wars I remember going to the theaters to see as a kid. To me, this is Star Wars. It is unapologetically Star Wars, whether you like it or not. I get why people don't like it, but it is the best of the prequel trilogy. And I grew up with the prequel trilogy, so I have it at number 4. Disney takes over. Now we have The Force Awakens, Episode 7. Phil, what do you think? Force Awakens.
Number 2.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I have it at number 5. If you look at my list, you see that the last 3 remaining spots are 7, 8, and 9.
Harsh.
I don't hate any of these movies.
Okay.
But what I found out when I was ranking these is I would rather watch something that is unapologetically Star Wars than something that's just... Here's more of what you love. Now give us some money, right?
Fan service.
Yes, that is clearly what Force Awakens is.
I mean, I didn't have to wait years and years and years. Everyone waited for this reunion, but it still felt cool. I was still in awe of what I was watching, and it was very enjoyable. It was very fun. So that's why I rank it at number 2. I think it's got some positive stuff.
It brings the magic back.
Chewie, we're home.
Here's the thing about Force Awakens. It has a massive job to do.
Yes.
Forget the prequels. Remember the original. Start a new story with Rey and Kylo.
It's a heavy load.
I get that it's a retread, but I didn't mind that, really. It's very heavy load.
I like Rey as a protagonist.
She's a bit of a Mary Sue.
And I like Finn, too. I think Finn's a cool character that I was excited to learn more about.
We'll see how they do with Finn. Kylo is very compelling, especially with the scene with his father on the bridge. This is the Obi-Wan moment.
Thank you.
Like I said, I went from episode 6 to 7, so I didn't have the wait time, but it hit me. It hit home. It was very impactful.
Yeah. If you look at it as a movie that tells a beginning, middle, and end, and the burden that it had, it does a pretty good job.
Oh, and it has a really good job of doing the hero's journey.
Are you making fun of me?
Yes. Next up, let's just expand the franchise and not focus on Skywalker for once. 7 films in, let's just be done with them. It's tiresome, right? So we got Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Where does that rank for you?
Number 7.
Number 9.
Oh. I don't feel like they're expanding the universe, though. I don't feel like they are. It's their first anthology where they can do anything else, and they still went straight back to the same story with the Death Star and the Rebels.
Yes, but it's it's a different perspective. Which
it's a different perspective, but I feel like this is Star Wars. There's a whole galaxy.
It could have been interesting, but at this point, watching them all, I'm just so tired of it. I just don't care. I can't follow this character really that excitingly. I mean, it's a better movie than The Phantom Menace. Just whatever.
It is. It's a decent movie, but it's ultimately I have little takeaway for this movie. I feel like the saga is just becoming saturated. I really don't remember a lot of the characters.
I mean, I remember the blind guy. That was a pretty cool sequence when he kicks ass.
Kind of.
I think that's the wrong move. I think that's the wrong clip.
Well, we can move on. Okay, that's Rogue One. Here we are. The Last Jedi. Here we go. Where does it rank for you, Phil?
Number 1!
Oh, it's number 9 for me.
Forget the past, let it die, and that's what this is doing. Because I am so tired of the war. It's so dumb. I'm so tired of the dark side and the light side and the Force. I'm done with it. Kill everyone.
Stop. That's not why this is a bad movie. That's why I think this movie is good. Because it does.
Why is it number 9? Bump that shit up.
Because I don't think it was written well.
Rian Johnson is a god.
Look, everyone needs to relax, including you. Jesus! Everyone needs to calm down about The Last Jedi. The basis of this episode is two ships are drifting at the exact same pace because they're out of gas. And that's like reminds me of the stupid golf cart chase in like Undercover Brother, which I know is a random pull.
Is he crazy? Slow down.
My biggest problem with this, aside from the writing, is that Force Awakens and this movie are both just in the shadow of the original trilogy. This is so meta about breaking away from the original trilogy that it's still comparing itself to the original trilogy.
But I think it generally tried to break away from that.
If you do it right, if you make a new story, I shouldn't even think about the original trilogy. It shouldn't even come up.
But everyone's going to because that's how impactful Star Wars is.
Even the Rise of Skywalker is going that direct. Darth Sidious coming back. I don't hate any of these movies, again.
I mean, I don't really love them all.
I watched this movie twice, and the second time through, I actually really felt impacted by Luke Skywalker's death. I think it could have been better, but for the most part, I like that he just had an arc. I like the Rey and Kylo stuff. That's great. The Canto Bight stuff is useless.
Canto Bight stuff is
It's a long way to go to subvert your expectations.
Kelly Marie Tran is terrible in this, okay?
Yes,
and Finn just gets downplayed in this, and I really I'm sad how they treat Finn, and I feel like Poe gets mistreated in this one too.
Leia.
I don't think it's well conceived. I think the idea and the mythology behind it is good. I'm not a butthurt fan, but I just think it could have been a better written and executed movie.
I think the writing and directing was superb because I love Rian Johnson, and he adapted characters that I don't really have an interest in. I don't have a stake in, and he made them interesting to me, and I think that is really all you can ask for when you're drawing in new fans into this franchise. We talked about Knives Out, Looper,
I like
Brothers
Rian
Bloom.
Johnson too.
I think he puts his spin on the Star Wars universe,
think Star Wars was
and I enjoy it.
Let me just say, it's a gorgeous movie. It really is the best looking of all of them.
That's why it's number 1.
So that, okay.
We did get notified by Disney. They called us. They want us to plug this real quick. Last but not least, it's Solo, Star Wars Story. If you've been paying attention to the list, you know it's number 4 for me and number 8 for you. Yeah. Why is it so low?
Oh, Solo. Was that on purpose?
Yes.
It's the same as Rogue One, where it's
better than Rogue One.
I didn't want it. I didn't need it. It's forgettable to me. It's just more fan service. I think Alden Ehrenreich did a good job. Hard to play a young Han Solo when it's Harrison Ford's role.
But I saw him in that role of Han Solo very easily in the early parts of the movie.
No, he's good. It just feels like it's all just about how he got like his shirt and his underwear.
It does feel a little formulaic.
His blaster. Oh, some guy gave it to him.
Yes, okay.
And there's that terrible scene how he gets his last name.
What? Who are your people?
I don't have people.
Solo.
No,
it's fine.
It's not how last names work.
No, stop. It's fine. It's a little bit formulaic, all right. But I love the cast. Woody Harrelson, Donald Glover, Emilia Clarke,
and Tandy Newton, and I love Donald Glover as a young
so many cool
Lando.
scenes and the interactions between all the cast members. And I like the story. I think it's interesting. It captivates my
I personally
attention.
am very interested to know why a big tentacle creature is living right next to a black hole that can kill it.
To me, it's just a fun ride. It's a fun, enjoyable ride.
It was.
It doesn't feel like it's so much Star Wars down your throat. It feels very much
That's exactly what it feels like to me. Again, there's a whole galaxy of stories you can tell. This is our second anthology now.
I know.
And we're still talking about the same thing.
I think Han deserved a film of his own because he is a very cool character to watch. He was my big takeaway from the original trilogy. It hit me when he died in the 7th one. So it was interesting to see him in a standalone story.
It felt Force
It's
to
a
me.
fun ride.
There you have it. There are our respective lists. We agree on one.
Yep.
And we're way off on quite a few other ones.
How much does that bother you?
It bothers me that you have the two newest ones at 1 and 2. You need perspective. You don't have enough perspective.
I have perspective, all right?
No, you don't have perspective.
I have perspective.
No, you only
I have the Force.
No, you don't. Ah!
I really didn't even watch these. I just read the Wikipedia pages for these.
He's kidding. He's kidding. You're kidding, right?
Next up, we have our usual shtick, agree, disagree.
If you're watching this after the Rise of Skywalker, we will let you know where Rise of Skywalker ranks in this list. And that is it for this act. Thank you so much for watching. If you want that poster, remember, you gotta be a subscriber. Leave a comment. Let us know. Which of our lists do you prefer, and what is your own list? And as always, like and subscribe, or don't.
Thank God this is
because
over.
you are a Jedi!
No, let's just be done with this. No, come on, stop it. Stop it. Stop!
Asshole.